What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How we doing out here on this Sunday night, Christmas Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into the post-game show where we're here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. And boy, let me tell you right now, the Arizona Cardinals find different ways of losing every single week. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are riding a 5-game losing streak. That's right. I said it, a 5-game losing streak as of right now. And boy. I know there's some Cardinal fans out there that are saying, Mike, it's cool. Our draft picks. I know. I get it. I'm right there with you. I understand where you're coming from. It's just, boy, on Christmas Day, wouldn't it be amazing if we beat Tom Brady, right? At one point, it seemed very possible for the Arizona Cardinals to come out with the win, but boy, I don't think we lost in overtime this year, right? I don't think we lost in overtime this year. Here's another opportunity for the Arizona Cardinals, a different way for us to lose, and boy, here it is. The Arizona Cardinals lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 19-16. And boy, let me tell you right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not good. The Tampa Bays are not a good team. So bless their heart with whatever's going on in the NFC South, but they are not a good team. The Arizona Cardinals aren't a good team. And we did what we did against that team. So I got to give some kudos all around, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do. Now, did I want to win this game? Oh, yeah, of course I wanted to win this game, right? Any chance the Arizona Cardinals can get an opportunity to win against the greatest player of all time? Yeah, I mean, absolutely, right? But also, I understand the draft pick. I understand the draft pick and what's going on. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals currently are sitting with the 4th overall pick in the NFL draft. I thought we were going to at least go to the 3rd, but no, it seems like the Arizona Cardinals are staying at the 4th overall pick. So we got Houston, we got Chicago, we got the Seattle Seahawks, and then the Arizona Cardinals. Two more games, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be the Atlanta Falcons as well as the San Francisco 49ers. Boy, can this season just end? I'm done. I'm over it. I want the season to end. I'm tired of the constant losing. I'm tired of the non good Mondays or the non good weeks. I'm tired of it. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way in the chat. Probably don't. I know there's a lot of people that are trying to, get us to tank it, and I get it. Just sucks. It just sucks. So we're here, right? Let's talk about this game here. Let's try to recap this game in a nutshell. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually did do a post-game a watch party. So definitely big shout out to the people that are currently in the watch party. Thank you so very much. Now, these post games are a little different. If you want to get involved, the best way to do so is super chat. That's just the best way to do it. Or else I'm going to continue to ramble on and continue to talk. That's the best way to do it. So let's recap. This Arizona Cardinal team actually impressed me. I'm not going to lie to you. The Arizona Cardinal defense impressed me. Let me refrain on what I just said. Not the Arizona Cardinal team, but the Arizona Cardinal defense impressed me very, very well. So at one point, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers scored 3 points. Arizona Cardinals came back 3 points, right? Look good. Okay. And then both of us get another 3 points in the second quarter. And boy, when we got to the second down or the halftime, I was like, man, this game sucks. This game is terrible. I would rather watch paint dry right now. And boy, I was kind of right. A lot of people were feeling that same way, right? A lot of people were feeling that same way. 6-6 going into the half. There seemed to be really nothing to be excited about. Truly not. Except for the Arizona Cardinal defense. And I know there's going to be people saying, well, Mike, the Arizona Cardinal defense is ranked last. They're terrible. I understand. But honestly, we got to give kudos to where kudos is due. And that Arizona Cardinal defense actually held their own against Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the greatest of all time. They did. They truly did. We had J.J. Watt got a resurgence and looked like the J.J. Watt of 2015. Boy, he looked good. He looked dominant. He looked great. Marco Wilson, 2 interceptions. Hey, that's a guy I constantly are always bagging on. Marco Wilson, why are you here? Marco Wilson. He had a good game. He had a good game. He's been I think he was covering Mike Evans for the most part of this game, and boy, he had a fantastic game. Kudos. JJ Watt, Marco Wilson. The players of the game for me. Obviously, we have some other, defensive players that also did very well. Kudos to them as well. But that defense really showed up. That defense really showed up. Do you guys remember the last time we won in State Farm Stadium, or how many times we won in State Farm Stadium? Ladies and gentlemen, we won one time in State Farm Stadium this whole year. One time. How does that not get to people? That's wild. God bless all the people that showed up to this game. Let me just tell you that right now. We lost against the Chiefs. We lost against the Rams the first time. We lost against the Eagles. We beat the Saints. Lost against the Seahawks. Lost against the 49ers. Lost against the Chargers. Lost against the Patriots. We won once in this season at home, and that was against the Saints. Wow. Absolute wow. We won one time this year. Oh my goodness. It's bad. This is as bad as it gets for an Arizona Cardinal team right now. But like I said a little earlier, we got to give kudos to where kudos is due, and this defense really held their own. They did. They held their own. So we definitely got to give kudos to there. On the offensive side of the ball, do you know who I'm going to give my MVPs to? Do you know who I'm going to give my MVPs to? James Conner. James Conner, that's right. On my watch party, I kept saying, feed James Conner. I don't care what you got to do. Feed James Conner. That's it. Feed him. James Conner and Greg Dortch. On offense. That's it. Marquise Hollywood-Brown had a really good catch. I'll give him that. A really, really good momentum swing over to the Arizona Cardinals. But that's it. Consistently, James Conner and consistently, Greg Dortch. That's it. Matt Prater on special teams. Obviously, got to give kudos to where kudos is due right there. But that's it. Trace McSorley had a decent game. He had an okay game. If from a scale between 1 to 10, I would give him a solid 4 to 5. I would give him a 5. Maybe a 6. Trace McSorley, 24 out of 45, 217 yards, 1 interception. No touchdowns. 1 interception. James Conner was a beast today. Carried the ball 15 times, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. James Conner caught the ball 7 times, 41 yards. Greg Dortch, ladies and gentlemen, can we say Greg Dortch in the comments below? Because let's be the first to say here, I was one of the biggest advocates of Greg Dortch. One of the biggest advocates of Greg Dortch. And everybody's been saying, oh, Mike, why do you like him so much? Rondale Moore. No, Greg Dortch tore up that defense like nobody's business. 10 receptions, 98 yards. Now, he also did get involved in the rushing game. 3 receptions, 25 yards. 3 carries, 25 yards. Huge. Greg Dortch was as advertised, ladies and gentlemen, as advertised. From me. There's not much advertisement you can get from a undrafted kid or a journeyman that's going everywhere. But this man has absolutely deserved every single cookie you can provide to the young man. He has done wonders for this Arizona Cardinals team when he's given the opportunity. Marquise Hollywood-Brown, 3 receptions, 57 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 1 reception, 4 yards. And we're going to talk about that a little later on. Let me go ahead and give a quick shout out here to my guy Serbian Sun Devil saying Merry Christmas, $20 donation. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best way for you to go ahead and come on to the show. Just FYI. If not, no worries. The chat's free. Thank you again, Serbian Sun Devil, with another gracious donation. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I truly do. Thank you. Let's continue to talk. We knew as Arizona Cardinal fans, the moment that we hit overtime, we're like, okay, the Arizona Cardinals start off with the ball. We have an opportunity. We don't get the ball, right? Or we give the ball right back to Tom Brady. It was donezo. And I felt the same way when Tom Brady had the ball in the first 10 minutes in the fourth. I'm sorry, in the first within the 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. I was like, "Oh my god, you don't give the go. You don't give Tom Brady this much time." But the Arizona Cardinals defense came up. They did a good job. The Arizona Cardinals just couldn't do they couldn't do anything consistently. Trace McSorley is a third string quarterback. Third string quarterback for a reason. Kudos to what he did. He went toe to toe with Tom Brady. He just couldn't get the job done. He just couldn't get the job done. Boom. No F's given with another super chat. He says that fake pun. Yes, this was a fantastic play call from Cliff Kingsbury. And I don't give kudos to Cliff Kingsbury very often, ladies and gentlemen. I truly don't. But like I said a little earlier, when it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Andy Lee, on a fourth down, gave the ball over to, and I always butcher this guy's name, and I apologize, Camus Grazier-Hill. Grazier-Hill. 1 reception, 4 yards. Huge fourth down conversion. Absolutely huge fourth down conversion. That fake pass was dynamite. That fake pass was dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. So there was some good things that happened in this Arizona Cardinal game, right? For a fan base that thought we were just going to go ahead and get crushed, from a fan base that thought that we were just going to get absolutely demolished, including myself. I'm not just saying you, including myself. I truly did think that this Arizona Cardinal team was going to lose 35-13, 45-16, something like that. But no, we went toe to toe with a not very good, Tom Brady led offense, but that defense is still pretty darn good. That defense is still pretty darn good. And we went toe to toe with them. So there's some highlights. There's some good feelings about that. Now, our first round pick doesn't really move very much. I truly thought we were going to move over to the 3rd overall pick, but no. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are sitting 4th overall in the NFL draft, in the 2023 NFL draft. Of course, above them is Houston, Chicago, Seahawks, and then the Cardinals. We are on a 5-game losing streak right now, ladies and gentlemen. 5-game losing streak. What would you guys rate Trace McSorley? And I want honesty. What will you guys rate Trace McSorley's performance? In the comments below, if I were to tell you, give me a grade letter, A+, B+, or B, C, D, F, what would you rate Trace McSorley's performance today? Let me know in the chat. Let's go ahead and go over to the super chat. We got Alex coming up clutch with the super chat. He says Bucks fans saying Brady the GOAT after he barely beat an injured team with a 3rd string quarterback annoyed me so much. That's funny. That's funny. No, I mean, and you're right. Dude, truly, you're right. But that's the thing, right? At the end of the day, the number one thing that matters is the W. That's it. And it sucks, and I'm right there with you. It sucks. I feel heartbroken. So many people, so many fans are reaching out to me and said, "Hey, Mike, it's fine. It's not a big deal, right? We're okay." Right? This one still hurts me. I don't know what it is, but this one still hurts. It's just a different way for the Arizona Cardinals to lose. A different way for the Arizona Cardinals to lose. But I appreciate the super chat, my dude. Thank you so very much for doing that. All right, we do have some people's and their responses here and how they rate Trace McSorley. We got D+, D+, D-, D. We got some C's. We actually got some. We got a B up in here. Okay, I see you. I see the B. Okay. C, C, D, F. Okay. We got an F. All right. B. Okay. I see you. Let's talk about Trace McSorley. Honestly, I would rate Trace McSorley C. I truly will. Honestly. I think he did. Maybe even a C-. I think Trace McSorley did decent. He's not a number one quarterback. For a reason, ladies and gentlemen. He's not a number 1 quarterback. I said running back. I know. I'm sorry. He's not a number 1 quarterback for a reason. I think he did decent. I think our defense really was outstanding today. I think our defense did everything in their power to make sure that this team was able to win. Everything in their power. They got tired. They weren't able to stay on the field, make plays. But like we said a little earlier, Marco Wilson and J.J. Watt on the defensive side of the ball, they get my MVP. They did fantastic today. Trace McSorley, I would give him a C or a C-. I think he did pretty decent. Middle of the line. I mean, he did everything he could, right? I mean, he's a third string quarterback for a reason. A lot of people like to hype up the situation of Trace McSorley and how close he is to, I guess, comps pertaining to Kyler Murray. There's nobody like Kyler Murray. There's nobody like Kyler. Trust me. And now I think fans are starting to realize that. There's nobody like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is our franchise quarterback. Want to believe it or you don't. We are better with Kyler than we are without him. It's just what it is. We're better with Kyler than we are. And I know that's going to hurt a lot of people. People are going to be like, what the hell? Mike, Kyler needs to go. No, I don't think Kyler needs to go at all. That's the far opposite. Now we're seeing our offense look absolutely garbage because we're missing our quarterback. But I got to give kudos. Trace McSorley gave you a golf clap. You deserve the golf clap. You didn't play the best. You didn't play the worst. But obviously, it is what it is. Draft pick. It's all we can think about right now in this terrible season. Let me get to my guy MGO. He says, good stuff. Defense, especially Marco, he was good. And Greg, bad. Cliff, kind of. D-Huff and Ingram. Yes, we're going to dive into the bad. We're just trying to be positive right now, right? We're trying to get to the positive side because I've been accused of, Mike, you're never positive. Mike, all you want is negativity. Now that's the far from it. I'm giving you all my positives right now, and then we're going to dive into the negatives because there's some negatives that we need to talk about for sure. Appreciate you, MGO. You're always here. Thank you so very much. Got another super chat coming up from CardsFan21. Says, of course, it sucks to see us lose, but in my opinion, I think this downfall of a season needed to happen. It will force change, hopefully for the better. I love it. Yes, I love it. You're right. You're right. I think you're 100% right. I truly do think that if something is going to change, and even if it's not Cliff, maybe Keim. Did you not see Michael Bidwell sitting next to Adrian Wilson and Quentin Harris and how different and how beautiful that looked like, right? A refreshing view of how that would look like if we no longer have Steve Keim. Would look wonderful. It would truly would look wonderful. But Trace McSorley, thank you. I know your family came in. They panned over to his family multiple times. They should be proud. They should be proud of him. And somebody said something in my chat when we were doing the watch party. Somebody said something in my chat very, very intellectually that I didn't think of. They said that Greg Dortch and Trace McSorley were probably having good chemistry because they repped with each other, right? They repped with each other for maybe the entirety of the season. They know each other. And I was like, that's smart, right? That's really smart. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense of why their connection is very, very good because they probably repped with each other for so darn much. So yeah, I mean, we also saw Trey McBride get the ball as well 3 times, 17, yards. Did decent. I'm just glad that we're actually starting to call his name out. I'm happy that we're starting to call Trey McBride's name out. I think it's great. It's great for the young man to get some opportunity to kind of shine out there. So Trace McSorley, let's close the book. Good job. You got 2 more games. I'm only assuming Colt's done for the year. I know it's a concussion protocol, but if you really truly ask yourself, do you want Colt McCoy out there? Do you not? Do you want to see Trace McSorley back for the next 2 games? We got the Falcons and we got the 49ers. How do you think this is going to be, shaking out? We'll see. We'll see. Now let's talk about the ugly. I dedicated 20 solid minutes of nothing but positivity to there, ladies and gentlemen. 20 solid minutes of nothing but positivity there. So if anybody could try to come at me and say, Mike, you're so negative, I'll be like, listen to the first 20 minutes of the stream. First 20 minutes of the stream. I promise you. First 20 minutes. Just listen. Positivity galore. I would have had a unicorn coming out of my mouth. A puppy coming out. That's how much positivity we had going on in the first 20 minutes. Now let's talk about the ugly. Boy, there was some ugly here. There was definitely some ugly in this game, for sure. The Arizona Cardinals went toe-to-toe, right? Went toe-to-toe. But we saw some things that I was like, man, what's the number one thing that you think that the offense should do to get going, right? What's the number one thing that you would think, right? Let's just say that you are the coach. What's the number one game plan that you would think that would be like, hey, this is going to get my offense going, right? What do you think? What am I going to say? What do you think the number one thing an offense needs to get going or you would do to get an offense going? Let me put my own spiel in here. DeAndre Hopkins. Why in the living hell does DeAndre Hopkins only have one reception and 4 yards? Why? And I think that reception was in the fourth quarter, if not late the third quarter. Why? Now, I get it. There was multiple balls thrown to him. I know. Balls overthrown. DeAndre Hopkins slipped. Ball hit the ground. I know. But what in the living heck is going on here? That should be your number one option. This man's open. For the most part, most of the time. That was one thing that I'm like, okay. DeAndre Hopkins is not getting involved. Imagine what we would look like if DeAndre Hopkins did get involved. At one point, Marquise Hollywood Brown didn't have a lot of receptions either. Not a reception, but in terms of yards. He had one great catch, and that was the one that was deep down the field. 3 receptions, 57 yards. There was some ugly here. DeAndre Hopkins not getting involved was kind of, what? What the heck? Seriously? Okay. Trace McSorley. Okay, I'll give you it. It's Trace McSorley. Okay. I mean, that would be my number one game plan right there. DeAndre Hopkins is a game changer. Come on. 1 reception, 4 yards. Bruh. Now let's talk about the next one. The Arizona Cardinals had momentum. Right? The Arizona Cardinals had momentum. And it was a third and short or a fourth and short? We had James Conner lined up as a halfback. I'm sorry, the fullback. We had Keontae Ingram lined up as the halfback. I'm sorry. So let me start this over. My mind's jumbling. Fullback is James Conner. Halfback is Keontae. This was supposed to be a design pitch out. I believe it was to the left. And oh my God, the ball gets pitched out to Keontae and it's a fumble. Why is the ball not going to James Conner? Are we just trying to shock him? Come on. That ball should be going to James Conner 9 out of the 10 times. I get it. That might have been that one time that wasn't going to James Conner. But damn, that fumble was huge. That fumble was a huge backbreaker for the Arizona Cardinals. Huge. Also, we got to add the ugly in there too. Trace McSorley, 24-45. Not the best, right? Not the best. So there was ugly quarterback play. There was. Ugly quarterback play. But there was ugly quarterback play back-to-back with Trace McSorley and Tom Brady, the GOAT. Tom Brady was 32 out of 48, which honestly doesn't seem so bad, but he actually played a lot worse than his stats are telling. 281 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Leonard Fournette got busy. 20 carries, 72 yards. Rachaad White got involved as well. Keyshawn Vaughn. Tom Brady got involved in the run game. The defense did decent. I truly think that I'm very proud of the defense. They did pretty good. Let me get to the super chat here real quick. We got AZFan1998. He says, Cliff is for sure fired. These Arizona Cardinals made me believe for a second this loss is fully on Cliff. We got the 4th pick and Sean Payton is coming. Let me ask y'all. Do you think Sean Payton's coming? Do you think Sean Payton's coming? Do you? I mean, this would be the dream. This would be absolutely the dream for the Arizona Cardinals if Sean Payton came. Absolutely the dream. And I don't know, it's kind of leading up to kind of make me feel like they are, like that he is coming. Something's telling me. It's probably just wishful thinking. Probably just wishful thinking. But yeah, I mean, I think Cliff's getting fired too. I truly don't. I'm sorry. I truly do believe it as well. If he's not, I would be shocked. Like I would be absolutely shocked if he didn't get fired. Like we have one home game at home. We have one win at home. Just one win this year. One win at home. And on top of that, did you see the Broncos and the Rams game? The Broncos and the Rams game, we had the Rams destroy the Broncos. The same Broncos that destroyed us. Now, granted, Russell Wilson was playing. We probably should have played Russell Wilson and we probably would beat them. But damn. Even with the depleted offensive line, even with the Baker Mayfield that's been on 3 different teams, the Rams destroyed the Broncos. The same Broncos that destroyed us. And they have an offensive line that's been going through the motions, right? I mean, I think it's hilarious that people compare Cliff Kingsbury to Sean McVay. I think it's actually comical. I truly do. Like, what? You're talking about a guy who just won a Super Bowl. You try to compare him? Okay. All right. I see you. The man that has one bad season. And we're trying to compare him. One bad season, ladies and gentlemen. Let's compare him. But Cliff Kingsbury, on the other hand, 50% of his seasons is bad. And we're trying to compare him to Sean. What? You crazy? Are you crazy out of your mind? There was a lot of ugly in this game. There was. But I mean, truthfully, the truth of the nature here is the Arizona Cardinals held their own. The Arizona Cardinals did better than I thought they were going to do. So we got to give kudos to where kudos is due. And that's what it is, right? Did I want to win this game? The main reason why I wanted to win this game was because it's Tom Brady. It would be amazing, and especially Christmas, right? Got me sitting up here with a Santa hat on. I wanted to win this game against Tom Brady. That would have been amazing. But we're still keeping our 4th overall pick, which isn't bad. Got Houston, Chicago, Seahawks, Cardinals. The biggest disappointment of having the 4th overall pick is I think either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson will go right before us. And that would hurt. But you could also play the teams behind us against each other. The Indianapolis Colts, the Atlanta Falcons, the Detroit Lions, the Carolina Panthers. Hell, maybe even the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. You could put all of them against each other because they all need quarterbacks. Maybe the Detroit Lions don't. They seem to be happy with Goff. But the Colts are looking for a quarterback. The Falcons are looking for a quarterback. The Panthers looking for a quarterback. Some might even say the Raiders looking for a quarterback. So you might be able to put them against each other. So, I mean, that's the best thing that comes out of this, right? We're still the 4th overall pick right now. At one point, we were the 5th. So we kind of went back down, which is exciting on its own. But we'll see. Got a super chat coming up here from No F's Given. What's up, brother? He says, Mike, what did you get for Christmas? Anything good? Honestly, with having a kid, it's all about the kid these days. It's all about the kid these days. My brother did get me this Suns hat, which I'm actually really happy about. But other than that, it's all about the kid these days. So I had really good food. Being of Hispanic descent, I had a lot of tamales and I had a lot of pozole. That was my Christmas present. So that was good on its own. But yeah, I mean, a lot of ugly in this game. But like I said a little earlier, I truly do think that the Arizona Cardinals held their own. And I think that they did a really good job. Better than a lot of people thought, including myself. I thought this was going to be a no-brainer. We're going to get destroyed. And at one point, the first half, this game looked absolutely garbage. I was done. Went into overtime against Tom Brady. And obviously, Tom Brady is a better quarterback than Trace McSorley, so he got the job done. So it's what it is, right? It's what it is. It's where we are as an Arizona Cardinal organization. Well, I mean, we never lost a game. We never lost in overtime, right? I don't think we ever lost in overtime. this year. So another way of losing, another opportunity. We're just finding different ways. Just finding different ways. Just finding different ways. It's the way the Cardinals is right now. So that's the positivity of it all. 4th overall pick. If we can somehow get Jalen, we could somehow get Will. I mean, that's a win. That's a win in April, right? We'll take that win in a heartbeat. If they go before us, we can try to play those teams. We could try to play those teams that are behind us for a quarterback, because Houston's getting a quarterback, no doubt. I think Chicago is getting a one of the two players. And honestly, at one point, I thought the Seahawks were going to get a quarterback, but I don't think they're going to use their 3rd overall pick. They might use their late round pick if they choose to go that way, because they have the 12th overall pick right now. So they have the 3rd and the 12th. Maybe they're not even going to use that. Maybe they'll wait for later, right? We'll see. Anish, what's up, brother? He says, congrats on me. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, if you guys don't know, we got me and Anish are in the fantasy football league on the AZ Sports Fan here, and I did just make it through by 5 points, or a little less than 5 points. So yes, I'm excited. Yes, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. All right, I think you're right. Your game is still going on, so we'll see what happens there. Let's see who my next victim is for next 2 weeks. Appreciate you, Anish. Yeah. So we got some good stuff. We definitely got some good stuff. Let me take a look here. Yeah, we got the Colts, the Falcons, the Lions, the Panthers, and then Vegas right after us, after the 4th overall. We have somebody say Seattle will draft CJ Stroud. My prediction. Honestly, there's a lot of Seahawks fans that don't want a quarterback, but it's not up to them, right? It's up to Pete Carroll. What's Pete Carroll going to do to get his job? A quarterback might be one of those situations, man. Honestly, and I've been saying that for in the beginning of the year. Geno Smith ain't the answer. They want to extend him for 2 or 3 years. Bless your guys' heart. Bless your guys' heart. Bless your heart. But we'll see. All right, we'll see what happens. Seth up in here with the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so very much, man. He says, hey, Mike, I think if we go Jalen Carter, I think you mean right? Or Will Anderson. But I realized we should have won that game today. Deserved that Christmas present. Let's see here. Penalties on the Bucs. Flags, no deep. I'm curious. Do you guys want Jalen Carter or do you want Will Anderson? Let me ask you all in the chat. Let's say from some miracle of a chance they both drop to the Arizona Cardinals. It's a miracle of a chance they both drop. I know it's not going to happen. I get it. I understand. But we still have hope to drop lower because we got the Falcons and then we got the 49ers left. Do you want Will Anderson or do you want Jalen Carter? Let's just say they drop, right? And I know it's not going to happen. Let's just say you have the option of either or. Do you want Jalen Carter or do you want Will Anderson, which is playing off the edge? We got Will Anderson, Jalen Carter. Is it, bro? If we get we can't get both. It just I think my guy Seth here he meant or Will Anderson. I think he meant. I don't think he meant because I don't think there's no way in God's green earth we're gonna be able to get both. Will Carter, Jalen Anderson's better. Will Jalen Anderson. I think I'm seeing a good amount of down the middle. I think I'm seeing that. Honestly, I think both of them are playmakers. I think both of them are studs. I truly do. I think both of them are going to be studs. I think, and like I said, it's just my opinion. I think Jalen would be more beneficial. No, honestly, to be honest with you, both of them would be. To be honest with you, Jalen Carter would be plug-and-play player, and Will Anderson will be plug-and-play player as well. Facts. It's true. Because yes, we have Majay, and yes, we have Cam Thomas, right? Yes, we have Victor Dimikichi, which we haven't seen very much of, and I thought we were going to see a lot more of him. But like, if you get a Will Anderson, that man right there is bona fide starter. Starter. You're that's your first round pick. If we stay in the 4th overall, that's your 4th overall pick. He's a starter. And if we can get Majay and Cam Thomas is looking good. He is. He truly is looking good. Now, superstar, maybe not superstar, but he's looking good. So kudos to where kudos is due. He's looking good. But Will Anderson, superstar. Let me tell you, a superstar. Watch out, Seahawks. Watch out, Rams. Watch out, 49ers, because you get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, superstar. Absolute superstar. And I agree. I have some people saying about Marco. Honestly, Marco Wilson's looking better. He is. 2 interceptions on the go. Keep it going, though. Keep it going, young man. It looks like he's trying to obviously get better. Christian Matthews was also out there. Christian Matthews was also out there. He was like a 6th or 7th round pick, 5th round pick, something like that. He was getting burnt like toast, but I mean, he's a late round pick. We got to put him out there because Marco was out. Antonio Hamilton is meh. We got Byron Murphy out. So it's like we don't really have our full cornerbacks out there. You know what I mean? We don't have our full cornerbacks out there. So Marco's looking better. He truly is. At one point, I thought he was a liability. He might still be, but he had a really good game today. We got to give kudos to where kudos is due for sure. For damn sure. Carter's my choice. Allen needs inside help. Imagine Allen and Jalen Carter. Woo! The beauty. That would be amazing. Or Will Anderson and Cam Thomas. Both sound like a dream made in heaven. Both do, honestly. Because even if Majay gets better and better, and Cam Thomas and him have a swing by committee, and they're both, let's go. Let's go. I think Cam Thomas has been shining a little bit more than Majay. Personally, it might be just opportunity, right? That might be what it is. It might not be that he's a better player than him, but I do think it's opportunity. So Cam Thomas has been looking very, very good. I'm excited. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find out. Let me see here if I can find out the snap count for Majay compared to Cam Thomas. I don't think it's going to be this week. I don't think this week's going to show up, or it might. We'll see. Defensive end. So Cam Thomas is here. Week 14, he had 29%. Week 15, 14%. So we got, let me see here, outside linebackers. Majay, 54% to 16%. And that was week 14 and week 15. Week 16 still hasn't been uploaded yet. Victor Demikichi is showing up a lot more than I thought he was going to, honestly. Like in terms of him playing. I didn't think he was playing that much. Okay. But hey, honestly, I'll take it. I'll take it in a heartbeat. I'll take it in a heartbeat. Seth with another super chat. Appreciate you, brother. He says, but for this game, I blame the refs in my opinion, but Cliff Kingsbury had a great game. Same with Trace. But I saw Greg Dortch. He wanted a flag. Oh, no, yeah. That PI call, I don't think it was a PI call. I truly don't. That ball sailed. And I think Greg Dortch knew it was going to sail. And he was just like, he pulled a World Cup, right? I think somebody in the chat said it, right? The World Cup is over. I truly think that it wasn't a PI. If I was going to put my non-bias hat in there, I don't think it was a PI. Appreciate the super chat, though. Oh, yeah, for sure. No, for sure. That was not a PI. Dude, he saw it sail. When we saw the replay, no, that was woo. And he was like, whoa. Yeah, no, I don't think that was a PI. And I think if they called it, I'd have been like, damn, I'll take it. But like, I don't think that would have been a PI, honestly. But let me take a look at one thing here real quick. What's our record, including last year? Let me do something real quick. And I know I should have done this a little earlier. So 2021. Let's see here. 2021, we're second. Okay, let's see here. So starting with the Panthers, the last 6 games, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's lost 8. So we won that game, lost 2 and 3, 2 and 4. So we ended the season 2 and 4, not including the so the last 6 games we ended the season 2 and 4. Okay, so 2 and 4 is when we ended the last season, not including the wild card. So 2 and 4, and damn, what are we at right now? Oh my god, we're terrible. 2 and 4. Sorry, I'm trying to do some math right now. And then 4 and 11. So 15. 6 and 15. The Arizona Cardinals are 6 and 15, including the last 6 games of last year. 6 and 15. Whoa, that is terrible. 1. Damn, that's bad. So that's a win from the Bears and the Cowboys, and a loss from the Lions, the Rams, the Colts, and the Seahawks. 6 and 15. Wow. 15. Dude, that is garbage. 6 and 15. In the last 21 games, the Arizona Cardinals are 6 and 15. Let that sit in. Wow. That's bad. That's bad. No, it's not that I'm surprised. It's just, it's crazy. Because it's not like this season just is bad because it's bad, right? We've been bad from the end of last year. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay. But somebody saying sign Dortch. They're 1 and 7 this year at home. Oh, yeah, we only have 1 win. That's bad. That's absolutely bad. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go in. We've got about. Okay, let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines for 15 minutes. Let's try to do that. Let's open up the phone lines for 15 minutes and let's see what you guys have to say out there in the Bird Gang world. You already heard what I have to say pertaining to this game. You already know how I feel about it. So let's go ahead and open up the phone lines and let's see what you guys have to say. Let's put some popcorn emojis in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see what we have to say as a Bird Gang. How you feeling? Are you happy? You're not excited? You not want to win anyways? You not care? All that stuff. I need to hear it all. So here's the link. Bam. It's there. Let's pin it. Ooh, 1 second. All right, link's been pinned. Popcorn's in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get this going. All right, let me make sure my background is good to go. All right, perfect. We got AZ Fan 1998. All right, AZ Fan 1998, you're live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling about the Cardinals' loss?
Like I said in my super chat, they really made me feel like, oh my God, they could probably win. Holy crap, Marco Wilson, 2 picks, and just, and we were listening to the radio too, which I thought was pretty hilarious because these guys are from the NFL Network. And when that fumble play happened, one of the announcers literally said, "That's on Cliff." Like you're already lost, you're already out of the playoffs, and you're trying to get too cute. He's like, "You guys have 4 wins." The dude was so honest. It was amazing to hear an announcer from the radio station for the NFL literally say that. And that's been the season for the Cardinals. I mean, I guess the positive to say is that, yeah, we have the 4th pick in the draft upcoming, but I think it's just rip the Band-Aid off. I think Cliff needs to go. I mean, don't even let him coach his next 2 games, Like, why even have him around if we know we're going to get rid of him, right? So,
do you still think that Cliff's going to be gone?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. If he stays, I'll be very shocked. I wouldn't even know what to say. I don't even know if I want to watch next season. Like it's just, it's crazy to know that if that is a possibility, but I don't think it's going to be because one being that Bidwell and Keim literally their relationship like it's soured.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of rumors and reports came out saying that the relationship soured because of what's happened. That Kym's gonna be aggressive in the offseason. Kym's gonna be aggressive in the draft. All this stuff, and nothing happened.
Right.
Nothing. Even with the trades, nothing happened. So
Let me
I
ask
I
you, with the reports that came out, I'm not sure if you heard these ones, but with Cliff and Kyler being like, oh, like, their relationship isn't good with Cliff and Kyler. If that is correct and they do bring Cliff back, I would be surprised with that as well, right? I mean, like, you're kind of like saying F you, Kyler. No, I mean, you're still gonna get this guy.
yeah, and that wouldn't make any sense at all. I mean, like, because a lot of people are saying get rid of Kyler too as well. I'm like, here's the thing: give Kyler one more year.
Yeah.
I really think that a different coach like Sean Payton or maybe Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh always says it every year. Oh, I'm not. Look,
Yeah.
he wants to get back in the NFL. He wants a second chance, but give him a different coach that's offensively better minded for the NFL. And I think he's going to succeed because I mean, people keep making fun of him about his height. Keep making like, but in college, I'll bring it up again. In college, he had big linemen. They were taller than him, and he was making throws down the field. So I mean, I'm already looking to next year already. I don't care
Yeah.
about how these next two games go. If we lose, okay, cool, we get a better draft pick. But it's just astounding to me that this much talent on a Cardinals roster, and we're what are we, 4-11 now?
Yeah. And the thing is too, like, if you look at the stats, like, I mean, obviously, Marquise had a really good catch, which kind of, upped his stats, but like, and I get, right, it's Trace McSorley. It's not Cole. It's not, it's not anybody else. But we also saw Cole with a little bit, the year after, or the game before, and we don't see the explosions that we were promised. Like, oh my God, people were like, watch out. D-Hop and Marquise Hollywood Brown together, and we're just seeing nothing but crickets.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it's just the play calling. I mean, you're not getting it to like your playmakers. You're not getting to D Hop. What, one catch?
Yeah.
The dude literally is going up against Carlton Davis, who gave up more reception yards to top receivers than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Eli Apple's up there, but aside from
Yeah.
that point, literally DeAndre Hopkins is our best playmaker. I mean, we don't have Zach Ertz, and it's astounding too to see that third or fourth quarter he finally got his first reception. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
why aren't you throwing to him? Like Trace McSorley is our third string quarterback. Get him to throw the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. Like, even if it's just an easy slant across or a wide receiver stupid screen that he likes to throw, I mean, get that connection going. That should have been top priority.
Yeah. I don't
And
even take wide receiver screens at this point.
yeah, I wouldn't either, but I'm just saying though, is just get that connection
Yeah.
going like right at the beginning of the game, because then after that, okay, let D Hop go make the play. I
Yeah.
mean, we know who DeAndre Hopkins is.
Yeah.
And for Cliff to not even use him, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What else does Bidwell need to see? Like, this dude needs to go. Like, it's just, oh my God, man.
I hear you, brother. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Peace out.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
You too, man. All right, cool. Let's keep it going here. We got let's get Jordan P. Jordan P, you were live on the I always make you go last. Jordan P, you were live on the AC Sports Fan on YouTube, brother. Talk to me. How you feeling, man?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm not too upset. Like I've said, the season's already over. But
Yeah.
I think it was the best case scenario in my opinion. That we got to see the young players play well, and they got a lot of snaps, and they were making good on their opportunity. Like Cam Thomas, Zayvon Collins, Simmons, Marco had a really good game. So
Mm-hmm.
seeing that those type of guys, step up against, the Bucks are not good at all. But Brady's Brady. He did have an off day, but some plays they made that it wasn't necessarily a bad throw from Brady. But I think it was a great, if there's such a term as a great loss, right? Because we get a better pick, but we still had to lose to get the better pick. But the guys played well. And for the people saying we didn't use D Hop, he had 10 targets. How did you not use him? He had 10 targets. Why did he not get more than one catch? Trace McSorley missed him the whole game. 10 targets. That's an elite NFL wide receiver one type of target share. 10 targets. So I mean, I don't know what is Cliff supposed to do? Throw the ball for him? Like he can't throw the ball for him, bro. 10 targets is a lot of targets.
You think that we would do like screens, something like specifically designed for D-Hop, like making it a little bit easier? Because it seems like, yeah, I agree. Like it was sailing, man. Trace McSorley ain't the dude. Let's just be honest. Nobody hype him up. Trace McSorley sucks, but like a lot of them were blowing, throwing it over. But like I feel like he still could have been more involved. You know what I
His
mean?
first catch was actually a screen, which is the funniest part. But I mean, you see, the thing with it is like everybody wants to find some way to blame Cliff. If it's a screen, oh my God, too many screens. Now it's throw a screen, right? So you have to take what it is at that point. And he was used, but Trace just couldn't get him the ball. But I mean, on the play to Keontae, yeah, I do agree. It should have been to Connor for sure.
Yeah.
But that doesn't absolve the fact that Trace, how do you not catch that? That's an easy preschool play.
Yeah, Keontae. Yeah.
Like that's on them for not executing, but it's on Cliff for the play call. He should have gave it to Connor, no doubt about it. I'm not gonna say he shouldn't, right?
I like the formation. Have him when he was lined up, just boom, easier for instead of having him in the back. Yeah, I think it would have been better executed if they just gave it to Connor. And if we failed, we failed, right? We're like, hey, Connor's our best. Why not? I agree. What do you think about Cliff? I know I'm not saying an advocate of Cliff, but like, what are your thoughts now? Like,
my thoughts is I'm not on the same thing as everybody else. On the play calling is the worst thing that we've ever seen. He's the worst coach ever. Like I don't. That's just not true. But one thing I did see, I just want to point that out before I finish what I'm saying. He actually took the blame for not getting Diop involved when in the press conference, like stuff like that. That's a he's not. I'm not saying he's a great coach, but that's one sign of like a good coach. But at this point, like with all the reports of Cliff and Kyler's relationship being bad, like you really can't bring him back because you're not going to get rid of Kyler for a coach, of course.
Exactly.
And like if their relationship is soured, like it's just not gonna, there's nothing that you can really do to fix that. And at that point, like you're just delaying the.
I think we lost you. All right, Jordan P. I'm sorry. I think we lost you, brother. You froze up in place. All right, let's get to Neil, and then we got AZ Sports Girl right after. Neil, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How you feeling?
Well, the tank is still alive, so there's that. I honestly, if we won or lost, I didn't really care.
Yeah.
I would have been interested to say that Trace McSorley is 1-0 versus Tom Brady, though. That would have been an interesting Christmas gift.
Yeah.
I mean, the season was over a couple of weeks ago, so the thing that I've just been watching these games for is to see who Michael Bidwell is trying to keep from these games.
Yeah.
So again, if I'm Michael Bidwell, I would keep a lot of the defense. I think they did everything they needed to do to win this game, even though this team isn't built that way. This team is obviously offensively built. That's how Michael Bidwell built this team, and we just suck on offense. So for what the defense is, I think they did pretty awesome. On the offensive side of the ball, I would keep James Conner and Greg Dortch. Maybe Hopkins because he wasn't used well this game. But everyone else, if they weren't around, I wouldn't really miss them because they weren't really involved. So
yeah. Well, let me ask you this real quick. Hopkins has been kind of a talk that a lot of fans have been kind of going back and forth right now. Like, let me just make it clear because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, Mike wants to get rid of Hopkins." No, I don't want to get rid of Hopkins. I like Hopkins. Hopkins is great, but if the idea or the thought of him to give us more draft capital, is that something that you would want to humor? Because we also do have Marquise Hollywood Brown that we're gonna have to pay him. We gave up a first round pick; it would be stupid to not. But I understand the other side of it all with it's Steve Keim's pick, right? They probably don't have to suffer with that, but Marquise is going to get paid. And we're going to have two wide receivers taking a chunk of our cap.
I think that's a great question. I've heard it a lot with like other people talking about this team.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we know for sure that there's a regime change, I don't really care about draft picks. If Steve Keim comes back in the same capacity, then I don't really care if we're in the first round or whatever, because a majority of his picks, they just don't get integrated the way they should. We see that with our rookies who, since Steve Keim has left, they've become more involved, and we see how good they can be the more they become involved. So unless I know for sure that someone else is there, then draft picks aren't really something that I'm clawing at. I'm also new to football, so maybe
that's fair.
totally weird about that. I do like I do like DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, obviously, you could argue that he's still top 10 wide receiver easily. And I think that the relationship that he has with Kyler is really something special. I just hope that it doesn't go bad because Kyler won't be around for a lot of time.
Yeah, reports came out saying that Kyler's not coming back to October. So we don't know if it's mid, we don't know if it's beginning, we don't know if it's late. So right now we're just kind of in the air right now. I'm going to let you go, brother, just because I got my guy Alex and I see him at the stadium. So I'm going to let you go, brother. Peace out, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so AZ Sports Grade, give me a second. I'm going to get my guy Alex here real quick just because he's at the stadium right now. I want to see what it looks like in there. All right, brother, you're live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How you feeling?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Right on. So, yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like now. Everyone's
No, I think I lost you. I think it froze up, Alex. Just FYI. I'm going to let you go. Yeah, it's freezing up. No worries, brother. All right, man. Thank you so very much. It's I don't think it's a good connection. Let's try it one more time. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You just were frozen for a bit. What was the atmosphere in the stadium?
It was pretty much pro Buccaneers, man. Bad showing for the Cardinals all around. Area where I was at was actually somewhat pro Cardinals, but a lot of Buccaneer fans in my area. It's pretty bad showing for the Cardinal fans.
Wow. So most of the people that we're seeing, not most, but a lot of the fans that we saw in the stadiums, which was still a lot of holes, right? At least at the top, it was Bucks. Damn, I don't think this is meant to be. We're Bucks fans?
Yeah, lots of Bucks fans. I'm gonna have to let you go, dude. The signal here must be really choppy.
No worries, brother. Have a great day, man. Later. All right, let's get it going. AZ Sports Girl, you're live. What's going on? Talk to me. How you feeling?
Yo, my interest in this game after the first half just went down. I was like, all right, I'm done. I turned that thing off at like halftime. I was like, all right, they're just gonna be tied the entire time. But like the defense was good like always, and just oh my god, this game didn't even make me happy anymore. I was like, all right, if we win, great. If we lose, better draft pick.
Yeah.
But everything with Kime stepping away, and I saw that on your TikTok. I was like, let's go. It is on. Kime is leaving finally. And then everything with like Cliff and Kyler's relationship, like, okay, their relationship's been pretty terrible. And on some of these Twitter reports that are butchering it, I'm like, you guys are just now reporting that Cliff and Kyler's relationship has fallen out. I am not surprised. And I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but during the game, Cliff just looked done. Like, he's like, okay, I did horrible this game. I feel like my job is toast. I don't know if anybody else noticed that at all, but he just doesn't look like he wants to be here anymore. And then JJ Watt, seeing him cry going off the field, I just lost it. I was like, no, JJ, you the GOAT, man. Why are you crying, bro? Why are you crying?
He probably knows it's over too. I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people have been asking about JJ. Do we want to bring him back? Man, honestly, he's got a kid now, and your life changes. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat has kids, but your life changes a lot. Maybe he wants to retire. We'll see. But I don't know. I'm going to let you go, AZ Sports Girl. I got one last person, but thank you so very much. Later. All right, Dylan, you're going to take us home. All right, you're the last person on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube for the call-in show. Talk to us. How you feeling?
Well, kind of not really. I was actually surprised we actually put up much of a fight in this one. That was my brother in Vegas told me, like, we had the Sunday night, but I was like, it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady's gonna be racking up those yards. But he lets me know, like, the half is 6-6. So I figured, all right, let me take a peep at the game then. And then I was just seeing. I was actually more surprised we were in the battle, but again, it's always because of the defense. Like, I love the defense, and I've been following you for a minute. And I know how our defense is always just the one doing all the dirty work, and it's mostly every time I see the Cardinals play, it's mostly just our defense always more on the field. The offense comes in, maybe does like a 3 and out, or probably just do maybe a couple plays in, and then that's it. They just go out, and then for the rest of the game, I just see the defense.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's the defense can only do so much. I truly feel like honestly they're not the best, right? I don't think we're saying, oh my god, we have a top 10, but like they do decent. It's just you can't put them on the field for very long because then they get tired. They're human. So
It's what I'm saying. It's like
yeah.
our defense may not be top 10, but the defense, at least with Vance Joseph's hand, you could see
Mhm.
they're up there. Like Seven Collins kind of reminds me of Carlos Dansby.
Ooh.
He's starting to form like Carlos Dansby, even though he's been in his second season. But that's how Carlos Dansby forms. You got to toss in the rookies in there.
Yeah, you do.
And I remember when I saw him, he got roasted his first season. His rookie season was not the best.
That was bad.
But then maybe in 2 years in, we had a top 10 linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I mean, Zaven Collins is looking a little better, so I like Zaven and Isaiah. So we'll see exactly how it all shakes out. Dylan, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a great day, brother.
You too, man.
All right, cool. We got 2 super chats. And I think we're going to be ending the stream here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got Chaz saying, we still do ineffective screenplays. God guide us. This is true. I said it on our watch party. For some reason, I feel like every team that does screenplays are these little swing plays, these little flat plays. They get so many yards on the Arizona Cardinals. When we do it, it's like we just suck. It's just odd. It's not good. But let me get to Alex here. He says, my bad. No, you're good, man. No worries. Rough night. Get yourself a drink. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so very much. Merry Christmas to everybody in the chat. Truly. Thank you so very much for everybody tuning in. I know, right? It's Christmas Day. Hopefully you guys had a really, really good day with your families. I'm Hispanic, so I had a lot of pozole and I had a lot of tamales today. So hopefully everybody had a good amount of food, some good presents, hopefully some Cardinal gear that you guys didn't pay for. But other than that, everybody, thank you so very much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. I do think things are going to change moving forward. I don't see Cliff coming back. I truly don't, especially with all these reports coming back. I don't see Keim coming back with all these things coming out. I think it's cooked. I think changes are coming. We're going to have a top 5 pick in our pockets to use. So we'll have to wait to see how it all shakes out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I truly thank you, everybody, all. Let me get to my last super chat. He says, hey, Mike, Merry Christmas. I think we might have another Christmas game next year. I promise you'll have an easy skit. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. It's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. And go Cards. Thank you.